Were the critics right about the Super Mario Brothers movie? That it should have had more substance? It should have had more heart? It should have been more captivating? It should have had more character development? Fuck no! It's a goddamn Mario movie. If you did that one, the Rotten Tomato score will be reversed. It caters to critics who don't know shit about the games, but know everything about character development, storyline, writing, yada yada yada. But the fans will be like, what the fuck is this shit? It's Mario Brothers. That's exactly what the old school 1993 movie tried to do. They tried to have like a compelling story in a series that's not meant to do that. Every game that ever existed for Mario has never been about storytelling or making the people feel for the character and the characters. No, it's a fun game with fun things happen. You try not to die, you get platforms, you get power-ups there, get to the end of the level, and you move on to the next thing. That's it. The games are about challenging players going from A to B. That's it. Last of Us is a game that goes from more or less A to B, but in between there's some heartfelt moments, storytelling, scary moments, things like that there. That's more suited to be palatable for critics. This time, however, Mario is not about that. Kids like things like Teen Titans Go. They've liked that since Teen Titans Go ever came out there. More adult fans like the original Teen Titans, but kids love Teen Titans Go because it was very short format, 10 minutes an episode or whatever. 10 minutes an episode, yeah, that's right. And the subject matter was very simple and easy to understand. Bad things happen to the Teen Titans, and they figure it out there, and you move on to the next thing. That's it. No real heartfelt moment storytelling in Teen Titans Go. You're not going to see that thing. Kids fucking love it. The same shit you'll see in Sesame Street, the same shit you see in Blue's Clues or Rugrats is a new thing on nowadays. I just found that out today. Rugrats or whatever, the same shit you'll get in that one. Maybe I think Rugrats has some emotional things in there, but you get what I'm fucking trying to say. Emotional storytelling doesn't need to be in every fucking movie out there. I saw that the Pope Exorcist movie, by the way. It bored me to fucking tears, bro. As soon as I realized what the movie was really about 5 minutes after them talking to each other, I was like, "Oh my god, it's preaching to me. It's preaching to me. I'm zoning out, and I'm out." The only part of Pope's Exorcist that was cool was the last, 10 minutes, and it was actually pretty cool because the shaking and quivering from death row to the writing of the letter, the governor call, any last words, any last meals. The rules of the participants, that kind of stuff there, that was intriguing to me. But the bullshit before that one, I knew where this was going. Everyone knew it was going to get possessed in the end because the guy was saying, I'm not going to get possessed, so that means you're going to get possessed. Yada, yada, yada. Old school bullshit. I fell asleep. I knew it was going. But I want to see how it was going to happen and when it was going to happen. That's what intrigued me. And I knew it was going to be at the end, and I was right on all the fucking beats. See, that's bad storytelling right there because you knew it was going to go very, very quickly in the beginning of the movie of a new property per se. Mario movie, you knew Mario was going to save Peach somehow, but not in this movie. He's not saving Peach really. He's saving Luigi. But you want to see how he does it, what's going on with Luigi and the cast. There's a lot of things going on in the Mario movie, more than just Mario saves Peach from Bowser. In the first game, that was it. That was it. That was the only thing that was happening. Mario, you're busting blocks there, power up there, and you go into the next stage there, try not to get killed, whatever, right? And then you get the Bowser, Princess and Another cancel, move on to the next thing. Very, very super ultra simple plot there. Games back then in the 80s per se barely even had a plot. You're lucky to get that in the game. Remember the game Kung Fu? I don't know what the point of that game was. You're going down the hallway, kicking up goons, and you beat up a boss eventually. I didn't know what the story was. I didn't know. I didn't care, but I knew it was fun to play. That was it. Battletoads. I have no idea what the Battletoads were. They're frogs in space. People love to fuck about that game. People still talk about that game now. That's it. Killer Instinct, a tournament where people fight. Thank you. Move on. Street Fighter, a tournament where people fight. Thank you. Move on. They have endings. All right, cool. I don't fucking care. You're taking a franchise that's known for not having a story, and you put it on the big screen, and you expect it to have a story. Critics, that's not how it works. If any of the critics actually played the game, they would know that Mario Brothers is not about a story. Zelda, sure. Metroid, sure-ish. Sure-ish. Samus is in a really cool suits. She lost her memory. She wants to get her powers back there by defeating Mother Brain at the end of the game. Or Ridley, or whatever. I don't really care what happens in between in Metroid games. So Zelda's a little bit more nuanced because of the different eras of Zelda. So I'm not going to touch that one. But Metroid, same thing happens. Lose her powers, get her powers back through the course of the thing there, and then you fight a Mother Brain or Ridley or whatever at the end of the game. That's pretty much all I remember from Metroid. Metroid Fusion, Metroid, all the other Metroid, Super Metroid, Metroid Prime, Metroid Dread, Metroid Other M. Ugh. Yeah, so, that's pretty much every Metroid game. Not really heavy in story. But Zelda should have a story, and I don't think Illumination should be doing the movie of Zelda. It should be somebody else. I'm not going to say who it is, but it should be somebody else. I'll say this, it should be live action mixed with CG. It should be something like that. It shouldn't be all kiddie-friendly, happy-go-lucky for Zelda. It should be another studio that does a good mix of two. Should be darker in tone as well. So, yeah, the critics should know that Mario games don't have a strong emotional plot. So therefore, their rating for the movie should have been skewed because of that one. It's for fans of the Mario Brothers and for kids. Both those two things. Fans know it shouldn't be about story. Kids know it shouldn't be about story. It should be about like sound effects, music, like references from the games, like on the screen, like replicated in a certain easy to follow format. So yeah, they got all that in the movie. It didn't need to be anything else. Resident Evil should be about story in that kind of situation because your zombies, the plague, the virus, Nemesis, Mr. X, if you will. Leon, Claire, that kind of stuff there, the situations with them, that kind of stuff there, and it's more story based in Resident Evil for sure. But Mario, fuck no. I played, I think, every single Mario game that ever existed. Super Mario, I think maybe the Game Boy games I didn't play, but you get what I'm saying. From the NES, the Super Nintendo. I'm sorry, I'll name some of the games. Donkey Kong, the original Mario Brothers, Super Mario Brothers, Super Mario World, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine, Super Mario Galaxy, Super Mario 3D World, and Bowser's Fury. So I don't think I played the new Super Mario Brothers, the one before that or whatever, only on the Wii. But I played almost all of them. So yeah, they're very light on plot there. You go to see the cool characters, the cool effects, the jumping, the platforming, the puzzle solving, getting the coins, your platforming skills per se. Sweating up the control, that kind of stuff there. So yeah, the games are the game. It's a game. Mario is a game. Mario's not really about a story. You want to have a story in there? Keep it light, keep it simple. Oh yeah, the Paper Mario series has a very good story. Holy shit, that's one that has a really good story. That one's so much story based. Super Mario RPG, the one before Paper Mario, that has a really good story in there. But the mainline Mario games, we go like jumping around and like going from 2D and stuff like that. No, very light on story. You play Yoshi's Story, from Super Nintendo. Baby Mario is dropped by a stork there in the middle of Yoshi's Island there. Yoshi's job is to protect Mario and to get Baby Mario back to his mama so he can do his adventures in the future. That's it. The end. And you do your thing. Dun, 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 dun. That's it. That's all you need to know. I'm playing Yoshi's Crafted World right now. I don't give a fuck what the story is. I don't give a fuck. It's a fun-ass game to play. The end. You going up and down planes, shit like that? I like the game. I like it. Do I give a shit what the storyline is? Not really. I get... And what else am I playing on the Switch? That fucking game by Platinum Games with the cool Astral Chain. Astral Chain. That has a decent story in there, but I could really not care. I want to beat people up there, chain them up there, kick their ass there, and move on to the next one. I'm playing God of War. Yeah, for the first time, I'm playing God of War PS4. I'm playing that game. The controls are different from what I'm used to with the game, and the story is great in the game. I mean, fucking phenomenal. I get why people like it so much. There, not only the acting and directing is fucking spectacular. It's ridiculous. Well, Atreus and Kratos, great acting from both of them. Everything like that one, and Freya, her great acting. Everyone's acting is good in the game. It feels I feel emotionally connected to the characters because they deliver greatness on there, which is sad because you can't put God of War on the big screen because it's too large in size. Visually, it's too large in size for it to be anything else. It must feel large in scope in order to be connecting with people because that's the way it is. Fucking giant serpents and shit there, giant fucking monsters with ice attacks and flame attacks and shit there, climbing up fucking mountains of giants. It's fucking ridiculous. You can't make a movie out of that one cheap anyway. So yeah, I don't get what the critics are saying. If you get what I'm saying, I think you get what I'm saying by now. Critics don't know what the fuck they're talking about because sometimes they get paid to not really like something when they actually do, and vice versa. It's a fucking fact. If you made it to the end of this video, which I know you didn't, they get paid sometimes to vice versa a movie. They like it, but they have to say they don't like it, or they don't like it, but they have to say that they like it. They get paid sometimes to do that one. If you don't believe me, trust me, you can Google it, pal. You can definitely Google that shit. Add my theories, but then I saw what's confirmed like a few hours ago. I heard a podcast where someone in the industry was talking about that. You're gonna get assholes like that one, where they protect their own status by appeasing certain studios. So that's what happens, man. That's why I don't take Rotten Tomatoes or anybody else really seriously. I see the movie for myself, and then I judge it off of that. I'm too low in the totem pole for anybody to pay me off. So that's it for now. Clack off.